Yes, sir. What's poppin'? It's your boy, the boy Henry Hick, back at it again with another Concord video. And I just want to make a small, short, quick, brisk video in regards to what I think could make Concord more gooder. You know what I mean? It's a great game. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying loving the learning, not loving, but learning the characters, learning positioning, learning maps, learning lanes, and all this the stuff that goes inside of learning the PvP realm of gaming. So I figure out compile a list and then distribute the list onto the YouTubes and see if some people agree, see if they disagree. But this is like these are my ideas as far as what could be done to make Concord better. Increase the enjoyability, increase the community, increase the players inside of the game. And first and foremost on this list, I will give you in-game emotes. I say in-game emotes because it's a time where I go on I drop a 2-piece, a 3-piece, and in that last kill, it's a second of reprieve where I would like to hit a button. I would like to hit a button to emote. I'm Star Child. I'm running through. I knock out one, bing. Knock out two, bing. Knock out the third one, bing. I would like to do a double bicep flex. Double bicep flex emote with Star Child after I get that last team member out the door. You know what I mean? It would do wonders for content creation. Distributing a tad bit of salt. This is how it go. And so when you got a PvP shooter, I know the developers and people want to try to steer away from toxicity, but this is part of it. And I feel as though they should step in and embrace this portion of it. Not saying you're gonna hop in somebody's messages and call them slurs and whatnot, but drop a emote. You know what I mean? Like I said, a double bicep, Hulk Hogan style. He ain't got a shirt to rip off, but Hulk Hogan style double bicep flex, Macho Man Randy Savage situation. Ugh. You finish. You out of here. You done. And then there's also other things that the player can grind for, other things that the player can look forward to unlocking. Inside of the game, because the more things you have for the player to unlock, look forward to, try to grind in order to get, and then show off, the better you're gonna look in the eyes of the gamer, the better you're gonna look in the eyes of the community. So I really hope they make some steps and try to, again, I understand toxicity and all that type of stuff, but I feel as though emotes, most games have them. Most PvP games have them. Fortnite have them, Call of Duty. Give us the emotes. Give us the emotes. And then this is what you built the PvP game. So you're gonna have to end up doing a little bit of due diligence as far as managing the salt, managing the troll, and managing the toxicity. It just come with it. You know what I'm saying? But if people want to use the emote, and give us an emote to use, as long as we're not being disrespectful, as long as we're not being, we're not harping on somebody, harassing somebody, and teabag. Well, teabag, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm for a teabag. I'm for a teabag. If I'm styling on you, rip the shirt. Rip the shirt. And cause part of that is the reason why I feel like we don't got kill cams, because they don't want people to see people teabagging. But they gonna have to get away from that. This is a PvP game, it's a competitive game. You're gonna have to embrace certain aspects that's just part of the PvP culture. They just gonna have to embrace it, and I hope they do. I really hope they do. Number 2, podium finish highlights. I understand placing me in the middle of the crew, honestly, but that's not. Let off some fireworks. Let me get a specialty emote when I'm the MVP. Show me off as the MVP. Let the folk know I came here, I showed out, I got it shaking like Kel Bacon. You understand what I'm saying? I was moving and shaking, doing what I need to do to put team on my back and get that goddamn win. Do that for us. Do that for the player. Do that for the person who sat here and built their skill level up to the point to be able to do that. Because this ain't easy. It's not easy in any PvP game to rise to be the cream that rise to the top in order to show up and show out. That's not easy. That's a feat. So reward that player. with a podium finish. Reward that player with a play of the game. A play of the game. Can we have that, please? Podium finishes. Let some fireworks shoot off. Let some sparks. And I get, like I said, because there's a winning emote animation that you have. But if you get the MVP, let me do something different. Let me do something special. Let Star Child walk out here and speaking to his shotgun like it's a microphone. Like he about to give a speech. Let us do something to show we were the ones. We were that individual. We showed up, showed out. And I hope the folk listen at me. I hope the team listen at me. I hope the community listen to me. Because these aren't crazy asks. These aren't things out of the normal. Let us have this, please. Okay? Thirdly, now this might be a little, this might be a little off the wall, but how about we get an arcade type mode with pickups around the map? You go get this pickup, you get a damage buff. You go get this pickup, you get a movement buff. You go get this pickup, you get 15 seconds invulnerability. You go get this pickup, you get unlimited firing without having to reload for a certain amount of time. 45 seconds. You just can shoot, no reloading. You just busting. I think that would be cool. That's just me. The community may disagree, team may disagree, may be issues, but let us have a place where we can just have a grand old time. I run up on him on Star Child, right? I get my movement buff. I get my unlimited firing buff, and then let me mess around and get that invulnerability. I'm cooking. Let me get a damage buff on top. Oh my goodness. That's a 8. That might be that, depending upon the player count inside of that mode. Like, because this kind of blends into my next point, my next suggestion, which is a free for all mode, right? 6 players, 8 players, right? And you could also mesh the arcade mode I was speaking about inside of this, right? Mesh that inside of this. And you just going through wop, 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 streak. And let there be let the captain announce it. Let the captain come through the loudspeaker, cheering you on, saying whatever the captain gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Give the people some kind of dopamine hit when they doing well. Because right now, I mean, you got the character you playing. They got voice lines and voice tags. When you, like Roka, you go on the little 3 street, and she goes Roka. That's cool. Get the captain involved. Let the captain be the announcer. Let her do call outs. Let her do street call outs. Let her do, when you got somebody that's been doing you grease the whole match and you come across them and you get them up out of there, let her say, hey, boom, rival killed or something. Kill streak in line of what Halo do. Do that. You can do that. That is doable. And that's exciting. That create adrenaline. That's adrenaline right there. That keep that player pumped. That keep that player going. It's provocative. It ain't provocative, but it get the people going. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you picking up what I'm putting down? And like I said, it could be six players, and of course, you got some people who might just be Linux on Linux. But then you throw that arcade situation in there where you can pick up the damage buff, you can pick up the invulnerability, you can pick up the defensive buff, you can pick up the movement buff. That'll even that field. You understand what I'm saying? That'll even that field. Linux out here cleanly, hand shot, crisp shooting. Linux design is amazing. But to even that playing field, I got me a defensive buff. I got me a movement buff. I don't got the reload. Linux in for a problem. Linux is in trouble. He in trouble. Make no difference who it is. You can have Empress out here. But if you got a fucking defensive buff, you ain't got the reload, Linux is finished. He done. He done for. And those buffs can kind of incentivize people to use who they want to use, not just hop out the window and on Linux on Linux on Linux on Linux on Linux. You know what I mean? Walk with me. Walk with me. Give it some thought. Let it marinate. Give it some thought. And lastly, this is more on the community side as far as the developers building a community around the game, which is extremely important. Extremely important. You want to build a community and let the community know that they are valued. We could do with some kind of recognition as far as plays of the week. You know what I mean? Where certain clips are submitted, or you got somebody inside of the system just keeping an eye on it. And when you inside of that, podium finish highlight, you have somebody plucking the most succulent highlights and whatever. You got people submitting however they want to do it, but make it a point to highlight the teams and people who are doing amazingly, because that's still competitiveness. And even so, you can have the community vote on whoever wins. Have the community take part in whoever wins. You had the community take part in the winner. They feel like they're a part of it, and so they feel like one day I might be able to get there. And also have rewards. Maybe have some kind of maybe for a period of certain weeks now, maybe throughout the season, and each week you have different people or a person or a team that's nominated, and each person inside of that team, they get an exclusive piece of gear. And some folks might say, "Oh, FOMO, you know how folks like everybody." So what? Everybody ain't able to get it. It's okay. Everybody can't get everything. It's fine. That right there should motivate you to be better, to hop out and make sure you take certain steps as far as improving your gameplay, improving your positioning. Maybe get a team, maybe get a stack of a group of individuals inside of the Discord, inside of a Discord. You may be a part of the playground. Shout out to the playground. You may be part of the playground. We got Wara. Shout out to the good brother Will. He don't necessarily partake in this type, but he'll come along. Brother Will come along. We will bring him along. We scoop up. Let's scoop up JP Loco. Let's scoop up Josh. Let's scoop up Thrifty. And let's play a couple times a week and build our team synergy. And one day we might get that elusive skin. One day we might get that elusive piece of gear, that charm or accessory or whatever it is. Maybe we'll get that. You know what I mean? Because when you got a live service, and a lot of people don't speak about this enough. When you got a live service, it's the community. It don't matter if you got 500,000 people or if you got 10,000 people, 2,000 people. If that community is strong, the developer will support that game. Look at For Honor. For Honor is not a huge player base it's not huge. Ubisoft is continuously supporting that game. They continuously get new warriors. People are active. Look at the Division series. They initially weren't even going to support the game, but the community came together. It's not a super large percentage of people on that game. It's not. But if these developers make it a point to create a community, support the community, show the community that they're valuable, people want to feel like they're valued. Especially if they got a game, we done paid 60 or 40 or how much we done paid, and we show up every day. We present every day. We sharing gameplay. We sharing screenshots. Speaking about it on YouTube. Speaking about it on Discord. Speaking about it on Reddit, X. You know what I mean? We down here with you as a developer. We're not developing the game, but we're participating. We're showing you that we want to be a part of this. We want to help carry this. You know, all you got to do is give us the opportunity, because we here, gamers are here, despite what the PC YouTubers and they want to harp on Steam numbers and people ain't playing it. The queue too high. It's a bug here. It's a bug there. I had to return this. I had to return that. Regardless of all of that, there are people here who are excited and who are playing. Despite the, oh, it's pronouns in the game. I don't support, hush, you do support pronouns in games. You support messaging in games. You support all this other stuff because you bought Last of Us 2. You're going to buy Last of Us 3. You bought Horizon DLC. You're going to buy Horizon 3. Hush. That's a lazy excuse. That's not why you ain't supporting this game. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, it should be free to play. It's tons of free to play PvP players, and all you do is sit up here and complain about them. You complain about the microtransactions. You complain about the battle pass. It don't have O's. Why don't it have O's? It should have O's. You complain about the O's. You complain about the ability balancing. Hush. When there's issues afoot, the developers would address the issues as they come about. I'm glad there are no O's. You know why? Because you can't piss him on about. I'm glad that there aren't individual guns you can build and create all these. It's OP. Use this now. I'm glad you can't. Because you can't complain about it. I'm glad. And that's all I got for you right now. Just wanted to make a little video, a little brief. I want to keep it brief. Give my opinions on how you can make the good more gooder. Because the game is good. Concord is crisp. Movement is crisp. Gunplay is crisp. Visuals are crisp. Production value is there. You just had certain bad actors. You got certain people out here who didn't want Sony to make multiplayer games. Who didn't like Jim Ryan and out here talking about he's been fired. It should be free to play. It should be free to play. It's expensive. Hush. This game is $40. That's less than retail. It's $40. It's expensive. In light of what? Because you want to go over here and complain about microtransactions? You want to go over here and complain about the entry, there being zero barrier and cheaters can just jump right back in after they've been banned? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, the queue times they're too long. The penalties aren't severe enough because they're not severe enough because they want people back in the game. Hush. That sounds absolutely crazy. And it goes to show how people are rallying together to hate on, because it's no complaints about the gameplay. No complaints about the gameplay. These people agree that the gameplay is fun. They agree that the game is not broken. It's flowing. No bug. Production value is there. It's like other things that they're latching onto and pushing forth for messages as to why they glad it's failed. They want it to fail. They want it to. Ask yourself what kind of individual do that. Instead of going to play something they enjoy, because this year's been stacked. Last year has been stacked. Next year's going to be stacked. Instead of them enjoying that situation, they all banding together hand in hand to shit on Concord because it ain't free to play. Were it free to play, they'll piss them on about the microtransactions. Oh, they made sure they had their store open day one. Ain't no store. Ain't no store. They will piss him on about the battle pass, about how down below you see the premium tier. It's enticing you to play. The store is going to refresh in X amount of hours, and because you don't feel as though you're going to be able to earn that particular item, you feel as though you got to spend some money. Ain't no store. Ain't no store. There is no refresh. I recommend this game. It's quality. It is a quality multiplayer game. Quality shooter. X-Defiant is a good game. I love it. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you it's a next-gen game, though. Visually, it does not look that way. Modes are missing. Things are missing. And even in this video, I'm telling you things that Concord can do to add and make it a more enticing experience, make it a better experience, make it a more gooder experience. But that's all I got for you right now. I'm finna get ready to go. Gotta get me a workout in before I hop back in the game. Because I'm playing. I'm not just talking. I'm playing. Though we sat here and just looked at the menu the whole time, I'm playing. I will catch y'all in the next one. I'm coming.